Apple Park, and iOS 26 was just announced, and here's every single new feature, like the good, the bad, and insanely cool, so stick around to the end to find out everything new coming to your iPhone. Okay, so this has got to be one of the biggest design or visual updates from Apple in a while. There's a lot of new looking apps and new designs all coming your way. So right now, I'm busy downloading iOS 26, not iOS 19. Apple decided to line up all the software numbers with the year we're going into, so 2026. And the biggest change has got to be this new liquid glass design. So now you'll be able to choose from a kind of transparent design, so your app icons will really blend into your wallpaper, or you can even give them a clear tint. It honestly looks so polished. And the same goes for widgets, so you can either choose from a transparent kind of look or a tinted transparent look. It's obviously not a huge jump in terms of customization, but it's a couple more options at least, and I'm just glad we got them. Oh yes, and the control center, the keyboard, notifications, and a bunch of other elements also got this liquid glass style too. Seeing it in person now inside Apple Park, it honestly looks super slick. You get to see more of the content on your screen, and it's just very well thought out. Oh, and the lock screen also got a bit of an upgrade too. So one, it has a new dynamic clock that adjusts when your lock screen wallpaper changes, which looks really good. And two is the spatial scene wallpaper. So you'll be able to convert your photos into spatial scenes and use those as your lock screen wallpaper. And as you can see, this has a very cool 3D effect, especially when you twist and move your phone. So this new liquid glass design is going to be coming to all Apple software, and I must admit, I really like the simpler name that just matches with the year, just like the new simpler camera app. Okay, so the new camera app, as you can see, is now super minimal. And this isn't even my new favorite thing about it. I'll get to that just now. But how it works is pretty easy. So there's just video and photo mode now at the bottom, and all the other modes are gone. Well, not really. They're more just hidden, so to get to them, now you'll just have to swipe left or right, and they pop up. Same thing with all the settings, you just have to swipe up, and boom, there they are. Kinda hidden unless you knew what to do though. But don't worry, I'll cover all these new gestures in my main iOS 26 video, so make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that. But here's my new favorite feature. Just like I mentioned the 3D effect on the lock screen, you can actually apply that effect to any image you take. You could even add it to an image you've downloaded, just so long as the picture has some kind of depth to it. But besides the camera, iOS 26 also changes the Messages app, but not in the way that you'd expect. Now, I didn't expect these message features, and this is something that WhatsApp has had for over 4 years, but you'll finally be able to customize your chat backgrounds, which is so awesome. I mean, you guys know how much I love some customization. So you can either A, use your own pictures from the Photos app, B, use one of iPhone's animated backgrounds, and there's actually a lot of options to pick from, or C, create a picture with Image Playground. When it comes to group messages, there's also 2 new features there. The first is polls. So you can create a poll, or it'll automatically suggest a poll based on what you're talking about in the group. But what's really cool is the poll adjusts based on what option is getting voted for the most. You can also tap and hold onto the poll, and then you'll see who has voted for what. Nice. And feature number 2 is typing indicators. So now, when someone is typing in a group, you'll see their little icon pop up with this kind of typing icon. And don't get me wrong, it's a super small update, but it was very needed, and although it took Apple a while, I'm just glad it's finally here. I mean, if you compare all these features to something like the default texting app on Samsung's, Apple's game is actually not that bad. But here are some features that Samsung has had for a while that iPhones are only getting now. Okay, so automatic live translation is coming to iPhone in 3 different ways. First is inside Messages, where any message you get will be auto-translated into your language, and any message you send will be auto-translated back into that language. Second is in the phone app. While you're on a call with someone, your iPhone will be able to translate what you say into another language and what the other person says back into your language. Literally the same way Samsung has been doing for over a year now. So nothing too groundbreaking there. But what is different to Samsung is how FaceTime now gives you auto-translated captions. So while the other person talks, you can actually read and understand what they're saying, which is really useful. But we're not yet done with things that Apple's kind of borrowing from Samsung. Okay, so screenshots/visual intelligence is getting a big upgrade with what I'm going to call screen intelligence. So now, when you grab a screenshot, there's a couple more options you can pick from. There's the option to image search and basically find similar products to what is on your screen, which I know every Android fan is probably laughing about because this is basically circle to search. But I do think Apple has done it better, and I'll get to why in just a sec. But aside from image searching, you can also draw on your screenshot to specifically highlight something and then quickly search where you can buy it. Like practically identical to circle to search. Or, and I think this is why iPhone does it better, depending on what it is you screenshot, you actually get other options. Like there's an add to calendar button if you screenshot an event poster, which then takes all that poster's details and actually adds it to your calendar automatically. Wow. And finally, there's an ask button to basically ask ChatGPT about anything that's in the screenshot. So even though Samsung came out with this feature first, I personally think Apple has definitely improved on it. So by now, I'm pretty sure you guys know how to create Genmojis, but they added some really cool features that definitely make you want to use it more. So you'll be able to combine 2 or more emojis into one, which is something I've actually really been wanting to do. We can now also change Genmoji hairstyles, which I guess is something that was needed. I also find it quite funny how in Genmoji it still says beta, even though it's been out for a year now. Just saying. And another cool new feature inside Image Playground, there are now new styles. So you get oil painting and a bunch of other styles directly from ChatGPT. And I'm not gonna lie, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun to play around with. But when will iOS 26 actually come out? Well, for the past 13 years, it's always been September, so it should be around that time. Also, make sure to check if your phone is getting the update in the comment section down below. But as soon as my update is finished, I'm gonna go and test this out, so make sure you subscribe to see my full iOS 26 video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Toodles!